Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking about some of these executive orders Trump has signed. Anything I say is alleged in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description. So it is free to follow me, to subscribe to this channel, Anonymous Tea, to my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast, to the Tickety Talk for 74 more days, Anonymous Tea Podcast on the Instagram, the Instagrammies, Anonymous Reality Tea. It is free to comment, it is free to like, it is free to repost, it is free, you guys, to share the video, to copy the link and post it everywhere so people can see this video. So let's get into it. As y'all know, yesterday was the inauguration. Trump wanted to be very aggressive in signing several orders, and there's a couple of them in particular I want to talk about as well, because I feel like there's going to be lawsuits as a result, and I believe some have already been filed as a result of some of these executive orders, but I will just run off some of the ones off the top of my head that I remember. He rescinded a lot of Joe Biden's orders. I think there was like 80 something orders that he was rescinding, and basically had the cameras in front and was doing all these signatures. So he rescinded an order that was supposed to advance equity and opportunity for Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. Also signed an order basically that was going to rescind the lowering of prescription medications for Americans, in particular those who are on Medicare and Medicaid. Also wanted to sign an order to restore the death penalty, the death penalty, and ensure that the states have enough lethal injection drugs to carry out executions. Pardoned, of course, over 1,500 January 6 rioters. Terminated recognition of automatic birthright citizenship, withdrew from the World Health Organization, so United States is no longer a part of the World Health Organization. Revoked an order that was signed by Joe Biden in 2023 that was going to reduce the risk of AI that poses to different customers and workers and national security. Shut down CBP 1 that denies about a million immigrants or so into the U.S. Got rid of protections for transgender troops that were set in place by Joe Biden. Also, that the U.S. will only recognize two genders, male and female. Required or withdrew the United States from the Paris Climate Agreement. Signed executive orders that are designed to spur American energy production. And also declared that he would rename the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of Mexico. Delayed the TikTok ban for 75 days. So I wanted to speak on this one, and I also want to speak on the one about the federal workers. So the TikTok one is interesting because first you said there was going to be a 90-day extension. Now you're saying yesterday it's only a 75-day extension. And really today it's 74. They already said they're not going to sell. So I don't know what Trump is talking about in thinking that the United States is going to be able to get a 50% stake. That's not happening, y'all. All this was a smokescreen. And the other piece they're not telling y'all is if y'all deleted the app, you can't get it back because the ban is still effectively in place. Now, if you already had the app on your phone and you didn't delete the app when the ban went in place, you're fine to get back into it. But nonetheless, even now, if I try to go to my app store and even try to see if there's an update available for TikTok or something, none of that's coming up, even though I can get into the TikTok app because I never deleted it. But those of y'all that deleted the app that thought it was done and y'all quickly moved on to other apps, y'all aren't getting it back. Because here's the thing, this was already, the ban is still in place. That's what they're not telling you. The ban is still in place. So a lot of these orders and things that Trump is trying to sign and put on a show for, there's already things in place. It's already in effect. You didn't sign an order that stopped the ban. You didn't sign an order that removed the ban. You signed an order for an extension for more time to work with TikTok, basically more time for people to get as much as they can for these next 70 plus days, and then after that, it's going to be a wrap. Because you were the original person who wanted the TikTok to be banned. Then the other thing, requiring federal workers to return to work full-time in-person work, right? So the American Federation of Government Employees spoke out about this, AFGE. They spoke out in response and said that the actual president of AFGE, Everett Kelly, issued the following statement, said that this directive turns back the clock to before 2010, when Congress required federal workers to expand telework by law. Congress took this action a full decade before the pandemic, recognizing telework as an important tool for agencies' operational efficiency. To justify this backward action, lawmakers and members of President Trump's transition team have spent months exaggerating the number of federal employees who telework and accusing those who do failing to perform the duties of their jobs. The truth is, less than half of all federal jobs are eligible for telework, and the workers who are eligible for telework spend most of their work hours at their regular duty stations. Providing eligible employees with the opportunity to work hybrid schedules is a very key tool for recruiting and retaining workers in both the public and private sectors. Restricting the use of hybrid work arrangements will make it harder for federal agencies to compete for top talent. It has also been a critical tool for federal agencies to maintain continuity of operations in emergencies, increase disaster preparedness, and improve efficiency. Hybrid work has been so successful that many agencies have been working to consolidate unused office space and sell off properties that are costly to maintain, meaning that there may no longer be enough office space to accommodate an influx of on-site workers. Rather than undoing decades of progress and workplace policies that have benefited both employees and their employers, I encourage the Trump administration to rethink the approach and focus on what it can do to make the government programs work better for the American people. So I want to speak to this because I have some people that I know that work for the government, y'all. And we knew once Trump got reelected, that this was on the table, right? But the thing is, what people fail to realize is a lot of these federal workers, a big part as to why they were even working home, and it had nothing even to do, like, yes, the pandemic was part of it, but the other side is they're supposed to be renovating a lot of these facilities, a lot of these buildings. It's not up to code for a lot of these federal workers to even be working in the office right now. And the other side is, they realize for some of these positions, especially when you get into IT, when you get into some of these other positions, they're completely remote. I believe, isn't the Department of Treasury, aren't they completely remote as well? Like, there's so many different sectors to where Trump just can't just sign an order and force everybody to just go back to work. That's not how this is going to work. Like I don't think people understand. You can't just sign an order and just bypass all these things. All this stuff is going to be, like, the federal workers are protected by their union. So their union's going to fight this. But as of now, the federal workers I still know, all of them are still working from home as of today. So again, some of the smoke and mirrors and some of the theatrics that's going on with Trump and what he did yesterday, like, all of that was just to appease his base. All of that was for bragging rights, to make it seem like, hey, I'm going to do more than any other president ever did within their first 100 days. I'm going to sign 100 executive orders so that I can have a record to say so. But what he doesn't realize is a lot of the executive orders he signed, some of them are not going to be legal. Some of them are going to be battled up in court because it's not going to stand. Some of it is not going to be immediate. Now, a lot of the stuff as far as, like, immigration, some of those things, those are immediate. People are already seeing impacts of that because the app is already done, as far as, that Biden had for the immigrants. So that was already a kibosh. People were already crying yesterday about that. A lot of stuff with ICE, all of that was all. So there's certain things as far as, like, this immigration stuff. A lot of that stuff was already in the works the moment Trump got elected. So nonetheless, but some of this other stuff, like especially with the TikTok and the federal workers, some of it's for show. Y'all, talk to me in 74 days about TikTok. We're going to be at the same place where we were with TikTok a couple of days ago, which is we're going to get a message that's like TikTok is no longer available in the US. And I believe CapCut came back and said that it's now available in the US because that was one of the other apps that's going to be impacted, and it's going to be impacted again in 74 days. Because I don't believe this foolishness that they're trying to sell to the people. All Trump wants is love and adoration, and wants to take credit for some of the positives that Biden had during his time as president, such as the economy and other things. But there's going to be a lot of things that Trump is going to implement that is going to disenfranchise several millions of Americans. And I don't think y'all realize yet what's really about to happen. That's why the 92% are like, listen, we're gonna quietly move. We're gonna quietly protect ourselves and protect our assets. But the rest of y'all, like, good luck. like it's crazy. And here's the thing. This isn't, it's beyond, you're free to vote for whoever you want to or all this nonsense. We're beyond all that now. We're beyond all that right now. It is people knowingly voting against their own best interest and their own self-interest because they think that it is more important to disenfranchise and harm people of color and themselves as well. They think it's better to harm, so that way, even if they do suffer, they think that they're doing more suffering to somebody else that they feel is less than them, which is a crazy logic to have, because ultimately, you're going to feel the impact of all of this too. So nonetheless, how do you consider yourself, doing any better? Like it makes zero sense. You saw all those billionaires, y'all, right there next to Trump at the inauguration, and photos and the images that are being released. All their plan is for them to get richer and for them to do all these shortcuts. And they think cutting different things, because he did that for Elon Musk. Elon Musk doesn't like, federal workers, doesn't want people, to work from home, this and that. But what if people just stop buying Teslas? What if all the people just decided one day to just leave up and get rid of X in droves and go to Blue Sky? Are you going to have that same energy then? Like there's levels to this. There's absolute levels to this, but none of this is going to be done in a one fell swoop like Trump wants this to be. Some of this stuff, like I said, is going to be litigated. Some of this stuff is not even legal. A lot of it was just for show, just to quiet the supporters for now, to make it seem like Trump is on business and that he's taking all this action and da-da-da-da-da. But nonetheless, some of the stuff as we speak right now, returning to work immediately. Yeah, okay. How are you going to return to work immediately for buildings that are not even up to code for you to work in? So there's that. Make it make sense. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.